Hey, everybody, welcome back for part two of My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade. At the time of this recording, we've put out the first half of this, which is currently in dispute, and it will probably be released shortly. We're looking forward to the second half. I think we really enjoyed it. Surprisingly, really enjoyed the first half. And this second half, I imagine, will kind of follow the same storyline of him, of the character in this saga, I guess, as he continues into the afterlife. I think that's sort of the gist of it.
Yes, this next song is actually called Cancer. Oof. Okay. Nathan, you don't have to, but
Oh, yes. Well, I had cancer. I had thyroid cancer, which is what they call the lottery of cancers.
sure.
If there's a good one to get, that's the one, as long as I catch it early, because it's very treatable. And other than a ginormous scar on my neck, which comes across here and up here, cancer free for coming up on 5 years. So
We're very happy that you're here, Nathan. We're very happy. I'm glad you're here. I'm not too sure who I did this channel with if you weren't here. So, all right.
You'd keep doing it, and you'd probably be better.
Oh, would you shush now? Here we go, Cancer.
Turn away if you could get me a drink of water, 'cause my lips are chapped and faded. Call my Aunt Marie. Help her gather all my things and bury me in all my favorite colors, my sisters and my brothers. Still, I will not kiss you, 'cause the hardest part of this is leaving you. Now turn away, 'cause I'm awful just to see. 'Cause all my hair's abandoned on my body, all my agony. Know that I will never marry, baby, I'm just soggy from the chemo, but counting down the days to go. It just ain't living, and I just hope you know.
Take the lead on that?
Quick thoughts. The other songs, I feel like leading up to this, we did House of Wolves, and the last one was the last one we finished with in the first part. This, I don't know, is not. I was really looking forward to something a little more. I don't know, had something to it. The lyrics were good, like great writing in the lyrics, but the song just didn't catch me. Yeah, that one just kind of went past me. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, well, it's in the middle of the album, so it's kind of that maybe slower song. It is about cancer, the idea that he's probably saying goodbye to his loved ones and the world and his friends. The chemo's probably not working, and the character, well, we know the character dies or is dead already throughout this concept album. So the cancer took the patient. That was his name, right? The patient. Am I remember that? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that I've said it, I don't know if I've given you a false memory or not. So apparently, Nathan, this song though features a bridge passage that includes a transposed quotation from the Buddy Holly's 1958 hit "Raining in My Heart." And this passage apparently mirrors the chord progression of Holly's song, but also closely matches its vocal line in terms of rhythmic pattern and pitch content. So it's a Buddy Holly homage sound and rhythm.
Okay.
So
Which
maybe
part?
I don't know which part of the song.
Or...
It just, to be honest with you, this is just my research online. I don't know which part of the song that bridge passage is transposed from the original Buddy Holly song, but it's finding it interesting that maybe that's where for you it didn't quite ring as true to you as the previous tracks from the first side of the album or the first half of the album, because now we're kind of looking at Buddy Holly territory. I have a slower song. Also, the entire song was composed in just 8 minutes.
Okay. It feels like it was put together quickly.
Okay.
Like not with an intent to be a hit. Kind of just hey, I got an idea. Let's make this song. Let's put it on the album. Yeah. It would be one that I probably wouldn't have included based on how the rest of the album has felt. This one feels it's out of place.
No, that's fair. And I think everything you're saying is fair. Yeah, look, there was another ballad song, I believe it was called I Don't Love You. More powerful, obviously. The ballad was a rock ballad. We enjoyed that. This is just, I want to say it's a throwaway track. It's only 2 minutes long. Again, a la Buddy Holly type songs were shorter back in the day. It's a shorter song, was written quickly. It's in the middle of the album. It probably is a bit of a throwaway track, I would say. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's there. It's about cancer. Well, cancer is always fun to sing about. So, okay. The next song, Nathan, is called Mama. And it's featuring Liza Minnelli. So I suspect, if I was to guess, of course, Liza Minnelli would be probably singing. Her parts might be the mum parts in the song. I don't know if the song's called Mama. So I brought up the lyrics as well. I guess you have as well. So, okay. Here we go. Mama.
Mama, we all go to hell. Mama, we all go to hell. I'm writing this letter and wishing you well. Mama, we all go to hell. Oh, well, now, Mama, we're all gonna die. Mama, we're all gonna die. Stop asking me questions. I'd hate to see you cry. Mama, we're all gonna die. And when we go, don't blame us, yeah. We'll let the fire just fade us, yeah. You made us so famous. We'll never let you know. When you go, don't return to me, my love. Mama, we're all full of lies. Mama, we're meant for the flies. And right now they're building a coffin your size. Mama, we're all full of lies. Well, mother was the warden to my legs and to my tongue. You should have raised a baby girl. I should have been a better son. If you could count on the infection, naked, amputated ones. You should have been, I could have been a better son. And when we go, don't blame us, yeah. We'll let the fire just fade us, yeah. You made us so famous. We'll never let you know. She said you ain't no son of mine. For about the shit that I've done with this fuck of a gun. You would cry out to rise on line. We're tired after all. Through fortune and blame we fall. And if you can say that, I'll show you the way to return from the ashes you fall. We all carry on. We're brothers in arms, our brothers in arms. So raise your glass high for tomorrow. We gotta return from the ashes you
All right. So this is a fantastic song. So we go from the Cancer song, which we said our piece, and this comes out of nowhere. This is I would suspect Cancer, if this was an LP, might have ended side one. I'm not sure, or started side one. This is definitely side two's in the house. You know, the side two's like, we're here, we're back. I like that little. It's just a little 2 sentences that Liza Minnelli sang. Interesting to hear, Nathan. Liza Minnelli's contribution to the song was specifically sought by lead singer Gerard Way. He wanted a voice that was motherly, but also reflected someone who had survived a lot and was rooted in theater. And Minnelli recorded her part for free, and her vocals are meant to represent a response from the mother figure in the song.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think of it? Like,
Well, I got one more thing. I find this stuff interesting. I love this behind the scenes stuff, if you don't mind. The one other thing that I liked was the helps us understand, of course, the song a little bit. For me, anyways, it helps me understand it a little bit better. It was originally it was going to be released as a single. I can see that. I can see why it was considered.
oh, it wasn't. Okay.
It wasn't. It was set to be released as a single in 2007. Oh, maybe it was set as a single. Okay, so of course the song's lyrics and composition have sparked discussions, though, about its meaning, with fans sharing personal interpretations, which we'll give ours, and connections to its themes of conflict, familiar relationships, and existential reflections. So I do love how the cover of the artwork here is the soldier. It's an old school type soldier. You know, he's the marching band. He's obviously it's the marching band, but it's that marching leader, but in the military garb. And this is a song definitely about war, and it's a very heartbreaking song, despite its kind of bombastic, excuse the pun, production and theatrical type production. It's a very sad, obviously with the lyrics, a very sad song. The line here, but there's crap. We don't swear on our channel, so there's crap that I've done with this F of a gun. You would cry out your eyes all along. We're damned after all. I mean, the pain that these soldiers face, as we know, these shell shocked or post-traumatic stress that these soldiers face coming back from war and these conflicts. And the whole line's about amputating his body and his legs. And it's just, it's a brutal song, but a wonderful production.
I felt like you mentioned this, and maybe it was at the beginning and the last part. This is World War II reflection. Is that correct?
Again, from my quick research online, that's the interpretation from the fans. There's no actual war that's mentioned.
Gotcha.
Some people even speculate it might have been, the Iraq war at the time.
So it doesn't specify one thing or the other. Yeah. That is a very common sentiment, I would say, from soldiers who participate in war, is that feeling that, we all go to hell. Like there's no escaping it. Every soldier has to do, despicable things, largely due to orders and the situations, and so it would speak to a lot of people who've had that experience. Like you say, dark song. The lyrics, like you said, I wasn't as drawn to the lyrics in this one, but I loved the sound, like as a production, as a play, because it is kind of a play of a rock opera. This one feels a little more of that rock opera, because they're experimenting. They're going back and forth between the what's that instrument? accordion. And then they
right.
go to the shells exploding in the background, and then the cut to Liza Minnelli's lines there. It definitely feels like it's a scripted song, right? It's got this like production feel to the whole thing. It's intended to be a story in a way. Yeah. So I love that. I think as a song, it feels like it's iconic for that reason. And I guarantee that My Chemical Romance fans are like, this is probably one of those songs that they're like, oh, this song, when it comes on, they revisit the feeling of, it's almost like a Bohemian Rhapsody-ish type of song in a way. Similar themes even. Yeah.
And also during the tour, this song, and the other one we haven't heard yet, Famous Last Words, coming up later. During this tour, heavy usage of pyrotechnics were used, which makes sense. This is, of course, probably with the guns or the
for the explosions.
The explosions. Nathan, no, it was not a single. So I just double checked. It was not. Okay. So they considered it. They considered it, and I can see why. But yeah, cool.
Gotcha.
And it was a vinyl. It was a vinyl, by the way. So I'm kind of curious. What was side A and side B on the vinyl? I don't have that information in front of me, but if somebody could tell us, I would just be curious. Do they start with Cancer on side B, or do they end with Cancer on side A? I'm just kind of curious. Okay. All right, Nathan, the next song is called Sleep. You got that right? Sleep. So this, after the war, it's time to go to sleep. Oh, sleep. Precious, precious sleep. Do I have it?
Good sleep. I had good sleep last night, actually.
I don't know if I have it proper. Let me know. We have our Emily, who gave us this request. She's in the chat. Also, we can also bring up. I'm sorry. There's one song I didn't title, Nathan, and it might be Sleep. That's all I'm guessing, because all the other ones I think are titled. So this one just So let's see if this is Sleep. Let us know. And in fact, we should probably bring up the lyrics as well. That might help.
Here,
Okay, so you let me know right away if it's not Sleep or not. I'll just hit play. Okay, here we go.
That I know that I can make.
No.
All right, so this is where I'll have to edit. Awesome. I was hoping not to have to edit.
Oh well.
Okay, here we go.
These terrors, and it feels like as if somebody was gripping my these terrors. And it feels
That's
like
fine.
as if
I don't want to edit.
gripping my throat.
Yeah.
Tremors and worse than tremors. They're these terrors. Like night, and I'm like tremors and worse than tremors. They're these terrors. It feels like as if somebody's gripping my throat, squeezing, and it feels like as if somebody was gripping my throat.
Some say now suffer all the children and walk away a savior or a madman and polluted from gutter institutions. Don't you breathe on me, undeserving of your sympathy, 'cause there ain't no way that I'm sorry for what I did. When I threw it all, how could you cry for me? 'Cause I don't feel bad about it. So shut your eyes, kiss me goodbye, and say, just say, the hardest part is letting go of your dreams. A drink for the horror that I'm in, for the good guys and the bad guys, for the monsters that I been. 3 cheers for tyranny, unapologetic apathy, 'cause there ain't no way that I'm coming back again. And through it all, how could you cry for me? 'Cause I don't feel bad about it. So shut your eyes,
There's a solo coming.
Just say.
Oh, I'm so glad I get to go first in this one. That, okay, I know we've said it in a previous song. I know we said it for, I think it was House of Wolves, that was the best song.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite song so far.
Mm.
This, absolutely. Something about the chorus, when it gets to the chorus and the build up to the chorus, it just has this very like stadium-esque anthem kind of feel to it, where it just gets to the chorus, and it's not, they're not using classic chord structure for these songs. They're inventing their own stuff, but it's still really like tapped into something that you can resonate. Like it's a good sound that, I don't know how to say it. Sometimes I've heard bands where they try this and they don't really quite make the chorus sound like something you want to keep listening to. This one just feels like I'll hear this song again and I'll be like, oh, that song, I remember that song now because of that. Very memorable. Its memorability, I think, is kind of what I'm going for. Perfect example. Just before we came on here, you shared with me a little parody with Welcome to the Black Parade, and it just had a few bars from that, and the same thing, it immediately went like, oh, this song, I love the sound of this song. So this song does the same thing. It has a chorus and a memorability that's immediately something you want to hear again. Lyrically also, I think it was a fantastic song. These guys are great at writing lyrics. And I don't know, I really like that feeling of, or sorry, the theme of just like sleep it off. See, can you just shut your eyes and just make it go away somehow by sleeping? But then you have to dream. It's the old, saying, I'd like to sleep to make it go away, but then I have to dream and then deal with those. So anyway, that's my take. I love this song. Favorite song so far.
All right, before I give you my thoughts, I thought this was interesting. So they stayed at this mansion, Nathan, called the Paramore Mansion. I don't know if they recorded there, or if they stayed there as a band. People can let us know in the comments. But I guess the lead singer, Gerard, he had night terrors while he was there. And he actually had night terrors and visions of historical figures like Joan of Arc. And the night terrors themselves help inspire some of the song's themes of death and despair. So that kind of fits that. And this song is obviously, I was going to say this, and I can see why this is the case. This is a great, powerful live performance type song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's kind of fully realized and a cathartic experience, it says here, for both the band and the audience. I could imagine that this would be a song if there's a pro shot video with the the pro soundboard video of this live. I would love to see this song live, and I agree with everything you're saying. I think this is top tier song, if not my favorite as well. It's in that discussion. We'd have to review the whole album at once again, but this is definitely in the top tier for sure of favorite songs on the track. I love the ending. I love. Thank goodness I had the lyrics up because I couldn't quite. At the end, he goes, "Just sleep, just sleep, just sleep," times 4, but then he screams, "Wake up!" It's just like a very subtle. And that's the part of the concert you kind of want to see is when he's screaming to wake up into the mic. And this is a great song, great composition, fantastic song. Another song that could have easily been a single. This is a strong album. I could see why, again, the critics, when you go online, it's critically acclaimed album. It's like a near perfect score from all the aggregate critics. I think amongst My Chemical Romance fans, this is probably the top album. So every band has 1 or 2 albums that are always in the discussion for the best album from that band, no matter who the band is. So this is probably My Chemical Romance's album, that whatever Venn diagram of people's favorite album from their, not a very big discography, mind you, but this would be the discussion probably for their magnus opus album. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Nathan, the next song is called Teenagers, and this was a single.
Okay.
So this one was a single. So interesting. Let's see how this one. I'm always interested in singles because I always think to myself, why would the band want people like you and I, John Q. Public, why are we hearing this song on the radio, so to speak, or on Much Music or MTV, or if they still do that back then? They may have back in 2006.
2006? Yeah, it was still.
Yeah, maybe. I think YouTube wasn't quite what it is today, but okay.
And it feels like these terrors. And it feels like as if somebody was gripping these terrors.
That's the same song.
Oh, is it the same one? My bad. I titled it wrong. That's funny.
Somebody was gripping my throat.
We're running a tight ship here. I was going to say, I think I heard Night Terrors. All right, so let me just add it again. I'll just remove that. You know what? I'm not going to edit this. I don't care. People can. How you doing, Nathan?
Yeah, actually, not too bad.
Good.
Having a great day.
Good. I'm just going to remove any one of these. Just say Ryan, because that means I don't know which song it is. Okay, and remove. Okay, so we've already did Mama. I can move that one. Okay, so we're looking for the song called Teenagers. It's going to pop up right away. Here we go.
Gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you. Because they sleep with a gun and keep an eye on you, son, so they can watch all the things you do. Because the drugs never work, they gonna give you a smirk, cause they got methods of keeping you clean. They gonna rip up your heads, your aspirations to shreds. Another cog in the murder machine. They said I'll say they just scare the living shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes or strike a violent pose. Maybe it'll lead you alone, but not me. The boys and girls in the clique, the awful names at the stick. You're never gonna fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did. They said, "I'll teenagers scare the living shit out of me." They could care less as long as someone will bleed. So darken your clothes, I'll strike a violent pose. Maybe it'll leave you alone, but not me. Oh, yeah.
Now I can see why this was a single, and that's not a bad thing. But I can see why this was a single. This album, for the most part, has been pretty. I don't want to say dark's the right word, but we just did that song "Sleep," right? And the Mama song. These are dark topics: death, cancer, war, all these things. It's a subject matter that's kind of dark. It's not fun in the sense that these subjects aren't fun by nature. But though I love the album, but the song's content is not fun. So this song is kind of all right, we can have fun. And maybe this is a sound of their earlier albums. I'm not sure. Maybe this is them saying to the old fans, maybe like, hey, we can still have fun, have a little bit of a party song. This is very much almost kind of a party song. This could have easily been on a 1991 or 1989 Poison album. Like, if you did, like, it could almost been word for word. The guitar tone would have been a little bit lighter, maybe with a different kind of solo. But it's like a hair metal type song, and that's fun for me. I like it. But it's a song it's a song that people are like, hey, this is kind of a fun song, I'm gonna go check out these guys. But it's also a song that you would tire of quickly. I think it's because there's not much to it. It's a great catch, great hook. It's probably fun at shows to sing along and have the crowd sing along the chorus. Those are the fun types of songs at a show. But for me, if I had this album back in 2006 and 18 years later I'm still listening to it, let's say this is probably one after 18 years I might just skip every now and then because it's kind of repetitive and the hook's there. It's an obviously hooked song, but I wouldn't skip songs like Sleep or Mama very quickly because those songs are deep. There's so much going on. There's so much little nuances going on. But yeah, fun song, easy listen. I can see why it's a single.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, the catchiness, the tone, the theme, if you're, I would say the vast majority of teenagers would hear a song like this and kind of like, yeah, everyone thinks that we just scare the crap out of everybody. And that's who we are. And I've spent lots of time around teenagers. I find
better make that. You better explain why that is.
As a teacher for 19 years.
Okay. Yeah. Whew. It's like I hang out with
we've both raised teenagers. We know the drill. So there's a lot. I don't know. I was always afraid of what that moment in my life would be like when I had teenagers and what that would be like. And I know the feeling of being afraid of teenagers because teenagers they don't think, they just do. They say whatever. And as long as you know that about them ahead of time, it's kind of like, so what? Like, we weren't like that. I remember growing up, I was not the kind of person that would like shout out at people, across a park and say things. But I've found like when that happens, when I've had teenagers do that, you just kind of go up to them and you're like, hey, what's going on? Like they're not mean spirited generally. And when you call them on that stuff real quick without making them feel stupid for it, they tend to be human beings. So I love that this song kind of hints at that, like this, all teenagers, they all they want is somebody to bleed. So you better try and fit in or hide from them. You don't need to. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. It's a fun song. I can see why, again, that would be a go-to song for the concerts or for live shows. Okay, so Nathan, next song is called Disenchanted. Okay, it's not a single. It's officially the second to last song of the album. There is a hidden track that we're going to listen to later, but this one is called Disenchanted. So minus the hidden track, it's the second to last song on the album.
Make a citizen now. They're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen now.
I was going to say, that sounds very familiar. Sorry, guys. I titled all these videos, and I must have, started on I think halfway through, I've started titling the wrong ones. Let me just get it right now. So, Nathan, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Noises.
There we go. Ooh, acoustic. I love that.
Well, I was there on the day the sold the cars for the queen. And when the lights all went out, we watched our lives on the screen. I hate the ending myself, but it started with an alright scene. It was the roar of the crowd that gave me heartache to sing. It was a lie when they smiled and said you won't feel a thing. And as we ran from the cops, we laughed so hard it would sting. Yeah, yeah. If I'm so wrong, how can you listen all night long? How will it matter after I'm gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. You're just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you. I spent my high school career spit on his shop to agree, so I can watch out my heroes sell a car on TV. Bring out the old guillotine, we'll show 'em what we all mean. Yeah, yeah. If I'm so wrong, how can you listen all night long? Now will it matter long after I'm gone? Because you never learned a goddamn thing. You're just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you. So go away, just go right away. But where did you run to? And where did you hide? Go find another way. Price you pay. Just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you. Come on, it's just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. Well, if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to
That riff there sounds like Streets of No Name. The
Oh, some of the same notes were hit there. Yeah,
similar notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, you're
Okay.
first on this one?
Yeah, I'm first on this one.
Ah, darn. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Good song all around. Not my favorite. Because I think it's interesting that they chose to do like a ballad style, but a kind of a dark theme, which was similar to the last one, by the way. which was the one? I Don't Love You. I Don't Love You was similar, where it wasn't really a love song; it was an anti-love song. And in this song, it's similar in that it's not about love. It's done to a love song, but it's not. I don't think anything about this song was anything to do with love. You know, the chorus, "You're just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay." Like, it's very depressing in that sense. Interesting choice, and that's where I like this particular song. I feel like choice wise, intentionally sounding like the classic ballads of the 90s, but nowhere near the themes. And it changes. I love the little shift in the middle. The so go away, just go, run away. There has it's an interesting choice in the center that shifts away from the classic structure of a ballad. But as a song, I wasn't like blown away, or was like, oh wow, this is a great one. Just kind of like, okay, cool. I like that they chose that, but I probably would skip this one if I was listening to the album.
Interesting. Okay, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's right
I knew
up my
you
alley.
would. I knew you would. I'm glad you
Well,
did. Yeah.
and that's fine. And that's fine that you don't. As much as to say, I know you did not like it, but it's this is right up the alley. I love this kind of music, and I think Gerard, the lead singer, probably the musical composer, let's say, of these songs and albums, seems like he's the ringleader, band leader. I don't know his age, and I think maybe the next song I'll Google his age, but I suspect he's probably 40 something now, if not late 30s, early 40s. So he probably has around our age. He has to love that era of music. This is too many times we've said it sounds like this, sounds like this. He's drawing from this, from Queen to some of the glam metal bands like Poison, and now we're getting I'm getting a hint of Bon Jovi. This is a Bon Jovi song, and that's probably why you don't like it as much. You're not a huge Bon Jovi guy, and
that's right.
I think you like some of this stuff, but you're not a fanatic or a fan. I'm a pretty good fan of Bon Jovi. I've seen them live. I've listened to them quite a bit. So I am a fan, I would say, for sure. So that's what I was drawn to. This sounded like if Bon Jovi had done this exact same song. I'm talking everything composition wise is the same, but put John Bon Jovi as the vocalist. Not one Bon Jovi fan would have been like, this doesn't. Where did they get this song? I don't.
Well, they'd say it's a little dark. It's a little dark for.
Well, no, the lyrics. Maybe the lyrics might be stronger. You could argue, or sure, but I don't think I'd be very curious how many true fans would be like, I don't get this. Why is this composition on their album? This is so weird. Because this fits. This is a Bon Jovi song, and for me, I like that. So I don't know if that was intentional or if that was an homage to that. But basically, it's your good old fashioned power rock ballad of a song, but you're right, it's not about love. It's about I believe it's about the patient dying and looking back at his life of regret. That's what I would
Sorry,
think.
I'm laughing because I don't think Bon Jovi would say, I want to take all of my high school bullies and bring out the old guillotine and I'll show them what we mean.
No, they don't write lyrics. They don't. I'm talking about musical composition, not lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is I really like that lyric about the hospital stay and just the idea that he's dying in the hospital. And I can only imagine the things I would be running through my brain, quite frankly. All right. I loved it. I love that song. I really did. I really, really did. So the last song, Nathan, officially, there is a hidden track, which probably won't be much of a song. I think it's like a couple seconds long, but this is officially the last song on the album, the standard edition album. It's called Famous Last Words, and it too was a single. So it's not very often that a last song on an album is a single, I have found. So all right, so I'm just going to remove all these videos. I've titled them all wrong, so just give me 1 second, folks, and then I'm going to re-add. There we go. Famous Last Words.
No, I know that I can make you stay, but where's your heart? But where's your heart? But where's your... And I know there's nothing I can say to change that part.
Oh yeah.
So many bright lights that cast a shadow, but can I speak? Well, is it hard understanding why men complete a life that's so demanding? Why get so weak? A love that's so demanding. I can't speak. I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. Can you say
Total old school part.
my eyes are shining bright? 'Cause I'm out here on the other side of a jet black hotel mirror, and I'm so weak. Is it hard understanding why men complete a love that's so demanding? Why get weak? I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. I am not afraid to keep on living. I am not afraid to walk this world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. These bright lights have always been These bright lights have always been I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. 'Cause I see you lying next to me with words I thought I'd never speak. Awake and unafraid, asleep or dead. This world alone. If you stay, I'll be forgiven. Nothing you can say can stop me going home.
All right. Well, I get to go first on this one. This is a powerful ender. This is the proper type of song in this kind of album. This concept albums, when they do come out, when we do review them, you got to have that anthemic type power. You know, they said that. You got to have that. This hits all the right notes, all the right boxes. Incredible song. Interesting to have it as a single. Not a bad idea. It's just I find it's an interesting single. I don't know if it works as a single, and it works as an album closer, but I find it interesting to release it as a single. and I also want to say, boy, these guys, there's no way now. I'm done. These guys are influenced by all the bands that you and I listen to. This is a White Line song. This is something White
Oh
Line.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
it totally is. Yep.
Totally a White Line song.
Yep.
So I
Totally, dude.
Totally dudes. We had Bon Jovi, we had Poison. I don't know if these guys will listen to our reaction, but I really wish they would like confirm our. There's no way they're not fans of these bands. There's just there's just no way, because there's too many nods and sounds from these bands that you and I grew up with. So, and I love it. So for me, as a rocker at heart, these guys are awesome. I really, and we mentioned this before with that one single that we did, the Black Parade, when we did the one song, and we were blown away by that single and video. We saw that they only had 4 albums out. It's frustrating because they're not really a band now. I think they still kind of are current a band. I think they had a mini breakup or pause, I should say. They are actively, again, touring, I believe, or something like that. I don't know if they're working on a new album. I think they've released a new song. Anyways, I say all this because, boy, I really hope they release a new album, because then I'll go back and kind of listen to all these other albums. But it's hard to get into a band knowing that they're dead. You know, it's hard because you're like, whatever you're listening to, that's it, which isn't necessarily bad. I'm not saying that. It's just, as you know, it's more fun to follow a band knowing there's a future. Not that it's over. But that being said, this is an incredible. I'll just end with this because this is the official closer. I think the hidden track will be a snooze fest. According to Emily, who gave us, she said that's the most. And she said sleep. I guess it's probably Spotify stat. She says sleep and the hidden track are the most skipped tracks, which I find surprising that sleep is that. But anyways,
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this song, Nathan. It's so not the White Line. I love the anthem at the end, the gang chorus of singing. It's an incredible song, Nathan.
Yeah, echo everything you said. I knew that you'd say all those things, and so, but I also knew that I felt the same way.
Okay,
perfect song to end. Really, a great album needs a good song to end, and if you, it's such a lost art, I think, in the way things go, so that to hear us an album that has that at the end to really tie everything together, it feels like mic drop at the end. It's good. You know, like you said, I'm also surprised about it being not being a single, but it
was a single. I'm surprised that it was
being a single. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay,
I'm surprised that it was. At the same time, I can see somebody hearing this and going like, "Oh, who's these guys? I like this sound. I want to hear more." So I think that's what when they decided they went down that road.
Okay.
So yeah, I echo everything you said. I have nothing more to add, because that says everything that I was thinking. And I love the White Line reference. I think that absolutely is there.
Were you thinking the same thing when you were listening to it?
No, but when you said it, I went like, "That's it."
Okay.
Like it was like, I was like, "What does this sound like?" And I couldn't quite. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the hidden track. I mean, we have to complete with the hidden track. It's called Blood. It doesn't start for like a minute and a half, I think. So we'll just have to do some fast forwarding here. So
yeah, it says 2 minutes 54 seconds on iTunes.
Yeah, and it starts at a minute and a half. So here we go. We're about to get there. You ready, Nate? Here we go.
Hang on.
Hidden track.
Pull up the lyrics.
Okay.
Well, they encourage your complete cooperation. Send you roses when they think you need to smile. I can't control myself because I don't know how. When they love me for it, honestly, I'll be here for a while. So give them blood, gallons of the stuff. Give them all that they can drink, and it will never be enough. So give them blood. Grab a glass because there's going to be a flood. A celebrated man amongst the gurneys. They can fix me proper with a bit of luck.
Backup vocal.
Yeah.
The doctors and the nurses, they adore me so, but it's really quite alarming, 'cause I'm such an awful fuck. I gave you blood, gallons of the stuff. I gave you all that you can drink, and it has never been enough. I gave you blood. I'm the kind of human wreckage that you love.
You know what, that the right place for that would be some kind of a vampire themed like but humorous like montage of vampires just like ripping people apart.
Sure.
It would go really
Yeah.
well with that. But yeah, funny. Obviously, like you say, hidden track. Actually, that's I've said this. Well, I don't know if I've said this about hidden tracks. There are some hidden tracks. One in particular I'm thinking of that are in some ways way better than any of the songs on the album. Not that this is, but this does what a good hidden track should do, in my opinion. It should still be something relevant. Like if it's a throwaway song that's like we don't care about, I almost feel like, well, this would be controversial, but I'd swap out Cancer for this one.
Fair enough. Well, this is yeah, sure. It's a more fun listen if you want to.
Yeah, it's a fun listen, but even still, I would say this does a good thing for, because you want a hidden track to actually be something that people will go and listen to in some way, and this is fun. And so in that fun way, you're listening to the album, you get to the song, and you're like, oh yeah, blood. It has a fun feeling, so it's not something I would necessarily even skip. So there you go.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, I think for first time listen, we had to listen to it. We had to have that full experience. It's a satirical. How do you say that? Satirical kind of way to end, because we've had these big bombastic, heavy, dark themes, big guitar sounds, and this just comes in like an old. You can almost see the grainy black and white footage of the guy singing, at the hospital, blood. They got, like you said, the background vocal. So it's tongue in cheek, and it's meant to be, obviously. So I think it's a way to say, hey, we all had a little bit of. It's okay. It's just an album. Don't be too depressed. Like you're talking about the emo before. This is their way of saying, hey, it's just music. Don't be too depressed. It's just it's a thematic type experience. Interesting note, though, Nathan, the Gerard, this was a regurgitation of thoughts, quote, that was put into an old-fashioned song. So he had all these ideas in his head. He just wanted to kind of like onto into a song, and it's not technically a part of the concept album, but fans have, of course, tried to make it fit the album's narrative. But officially, it's actually not really part of the narrative, according to the band. But of course, fans are like, nope. We're going to make it work, because that's what fans do. We love them for it. Okay, well, thank you so much, Emily. This was a fun experience. I truly did love this album. I really did. I would give this album the same rating all the critics gave it. It's not perfect, meaning there's Cancer, a couple. I think that was probably a weak entry. So it wasn't like every track that would have to be a perfect album. But I would give this like 9.5 out of 10 or 95 out of 100. This is a near perfect album. Incredible songs, lyrics. I love the nod to old school music that you and I would listen to, from White Lion, Bon Jovi, Poison. It's all there with, of course, their own sound, Queen. It's all there in a big blender, and it worked for me. I loved it.
I wouldn't go as high as you, but I'm still like a 9 out of 10 for me is really high. So I agree. It's a re-listenable album. It's something I definitely will listen to more of in the future. So it's got a lot of things that I just did not anticipate. Yeah, very. Maybe I had low expectations going in.
You did.
Well, no, I did.
You did.
I did.
You did.
And so they blew those out of the water as far as what I initially thought. And I'm glad they did. I'm glad that that's kind of a thing of the past now. Fantastic album.
And I just want to say, I love that we get to. It's not very often we do full albums. And we get a little bit nervous because it's a bit of a journey, not a bad way, a slog, but it can be a bit of it's a journey to get through a whole album and have something to say about every song. But boy, I'm glad there's albums like this out there still that we can still discover thanks to our patrons. So if you want to be a part of this too, hit us up and we'll let you know. But this is a fantastic all around experience. Thank you so much, Emily. And I hope everyone enjoyed our comments that watched this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Emily. And we'll see you on the next one.